The city opened up thousands of vaccine appointments today for clinics on the first weekend of the new year. 14,000 appointments came online this morning at 8 a.m. These doses will be administered on January 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. 6 degrees from 299 Queen Street West. This is Toronto's breaking news, CP24. Hello, I'm Marc Liverman. Peel Regional Police are investigating an incident in Mississauga after a man entered a mosque this morning and used bear spray on those who had gathered for prayers. CP24's Bakari Savage joins us live from the scene with more details. Bakari, what do we know about a possible suspect? A rally in solidarity with the people of Ukraine downtown this afternoon.
Stop this war! Stop this war!
Supporters gathered in Nathan Phillips Square to call on the Canadian government to take more action to protect Ukrainians and stop the war. CTV's Joy Malbin spoke to us from on the ground in Lviv just a day after a missile strike targeted an airport near the city.
Lviv has been considered a safe haven for some of the refugees that have been fleeing the war.
U.S. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin called on President Putin to withdraw his troops from Ukraine during a visit to Bulgaria today.
The smartest thing that he could do right now is to make a decision to end this conflict.
Members of Canada's Navy have departed Nova Scotia for Europe as part of a NATO mission today. The HMCS Halifax is heading to the Atlantic to take part in Operation Reassurance. 6 degrees, time for a check on your weather with PJ. PJ,
hey,
good to see you.
Good to see you,
And
Mark.
I know it's going to be a nice couple days, but then we get back to being really cold.
A little on the cold side. Yeah, I know.
Talks Liz Trenier, who's on the red carpet in Hollywood. The countdown is on, Liz. First of all, thanks for joining us, and tell us, first of all, kind of what's different this year compared to years past.
Well, what's different is we're back. I think.
A few hours to go. What's the buzz like on the red carpet right now as these last few hours roll on? Ontario is reporting 2,421 new COVID-19 cases today, the highest daily tally since May 15th. That compares to 1,808 cases yesterday. The 7-day rolling average is approaching 1,700, up 59% in the last week. Fire officials say it's very fortunate there were no serious injuries in an explosion at a daycare center on Kingston Road near Morningside. There were at least a dozen children inside when an explosion occurred just after 2 p.m. Fire officials say the children were in an adjacent building doing some other activities. Joining us live tonight with their reaction is former mammal trainer Phil Demers, along with a marine mammal scientist at the Animal Welfare Institute, Naomi Rose. Phil, first to you, this charge is being described by lawyers as a technical charge, not an animal cruelty charge per se. What do you take from this?
Exchange with that and more. Good morning, Mark.
Good morning, Anne-Marie. Well, the escalating trade war between the U.S. and China is rippling through the global economy. On Sunday, the U.S. imposed new 15% tariffs on Chinese goods, including clothing, tools, and electronics. Beijing has lodged a complaint with the World Trade Organization over the tariffs. The market was closed for the Labor Day holiday, but finished mixed on Friday. The Dow added 41 points, the S&P gained a point, and the Nasdaq was down 10 points. With fall just around the corner, pumpkin spice season is officially upon us. Krispy Kreme has announced the seasonal return of its pumpkin spice original glazed donut. The North Carolina-based chain also confirmed the debut of a new pumpkin-flavored treat known as the Pumpkin Spice Original Filled Donut. It's filled with cream cheese, cheesecake cream. Both sweet treats will be available for a limited time, only from now until Sunday, September 8th. And Anne-Marie, I know I'm going to probably have to stock up my freezer because a week is really just not enough.
I'm surprised. It's not even officially fall, and it's going to come and go that quickly.
I know, but maybe they'll do that thing where they're like, all right, this was a really good week. We're going to keep this going, which I'm really hopeful for.
Right.
And by then, my freezer will be filled with donuts.
And your belly, no doubt.
And my belly.
Marc Liverman at the New York Stock Exchange. Thank you so much, Mark.
Sure thing. All schools across Ontario will soon have access to take-home PCR tests for students and staff. Starting in mid-November, more schools will be provided the less invasive tests that the Ford government says will make testing more accessible. Welcome back. Riot police clashed with protesters on the streets of Rome rallying against the government's new COVID-19 green passes. Dozens of migrants have been rescued in the Mediterranean Sea. 59 people were picked up by the Italian rescue ship. The migrants were sailing on a wooden boat in international waters after leaving 24 hours earlier from Libya. They came from a variety of countries, including Syria, Somalia, Ethiopia, and Egypt. Germany's outgoing Chancellor Angela Merkel is making her final official visit to Israel. Merkel met Israeli Prime Minister Naftali Bennett in Jerusalem. The chancellor's visit caps 16 years in office, which were characterized by near unwavering support for Israel. And Iraqi voters headed to the polls today. They're voting for a new parliament that many are hoping will deliver much-needed reforms in the country after decades of conflict and mismanagement. More than 250,000 security personnel were deployed across Iraq in preparation for the election, which was moved up by 6 months. More than 3,400 candidates are vying for 329 seats in the sixth election held in Iraq since the fall of dictator Saddam Hussein in 2003. Czech President Miloš Zeman was rushed to hospital today, one day after parliamentary elections. His doctor is expected to provide an update on his condition later today. The 77-year-old has diabetes and uses a wheelchair as he has trouble walking.